Volleyball is a fast-paced game that demands accuracy, speed, and teamwork. But have you ever noticed a player wearing an opposite-colored jersey, always diving, passing, yet never attacking? That is the Libero. Today, we're breaking down exactly what a Libero does in volleyball and why they're one of the most crucial players on the court. The Libero position was formally introduced in 1998 Fédération Internationale de Volleyball, or FIVB, as part of a broader effort to make the game more defensive and have longer, more dynamic rallies. Defensively gifted specialists, while veteran back row players traditionally were not accommodating in team substitutions. They might be substituted in and out only on regular substitution terms that restricted the frequency with which coaches might use them for defense. The Libero was created as a response to the growing realization that the game of volleyball was increasingly in the hands of powerful attacking strategies, particularly because players were taller and more agile. Due to this, rallies were brief and defensive strategies couldn't match up with the intensity of the play. To create a balance between this trend, the FIB sought to create a position that would give teams a consistent back row coverage throughout a contest. This change revolutionized the game, allowing teams to possess a strong back row attack without losing a substitution. Now, let's see what exactly a Libero does on the court. The role of a Libero is all about three primary responsibilities: defense, passing, and coverage. Proficiency in these makes the Libero exert a huge impact on the game by creating offensive opportunities, extending rallies, and maintaining ball control. Passing or serve-receive is the Libero's most crucial skill. Since they cannot attack the ball or set from the front zone for an overhand attack, their greatest contribution to offense comes through accurate passing. When receiving a serve, the Libero must focus on accurate ball control so that their passes arrive at the setter in position. The accuracy of these passes has a direct impact on the success of a team's offensive plays. A good Libero not only showcases technical proficiency in passing, for example, platform control, footwork, and stance, but also the ability to read servers and predict the direction of the ball. By reading an opponent's serving habit, the Libero can modify his own positioning, and there is greater potential for producing a perfect pass. By continually making good passes, they optimize the effectiveness of a team's hitting and allow hitters to carry out attacks more accurately and vigorously. The Libero's strength is defense, as they are the cornerstone of a team's back row defense. Their primary defensive role is digging, preventing the ball from hitting the floor when the opposing team makes an attack. To accomplish this, a Libero should learn good reflexes, quick lateral movement, and reading skills of the opponent's attackers. Anticipation is a key component of a successful defense by a Libero. Watching the opponent's offensive tendencies, a Libero can anticipate the direction and speed of the spikes so that he or she can be in the right position for a successful dig. Not only does a successful dig save a point, but it can also change the team into an offensive mode. Liberos should also be fearless, as they usually get hit by high-speed attacks from powerful hitters. Their defense is to take the impact of the ball with a low, stable stance and loose arms to maintain control. They should also be loud back row leaders, calling out teammates to coordinate defensive coverage to avoid confusion in quick rallies. Other than passing and digging, a Libero also has the role of coverage in order to assist the team in maintaining possession of the ball, even in challenging moments. Coverage primarily implies two things: support for hitters and recovery of the ball after blocks. When a teammate is coming up for a spike, the Libero positions himself or herself strategically behind the attacker to retrieve the ball if a block is made on the hit. The reason for this coverage is that blocks happen naturally within the game, and without it, a blocked ball would immediately result in a point being lost. A great Libero is always aware, feeling out blocks, and reacting fast to continue the rally. In addition, the Libero needs to defend tips and soft shots that could be utilized to attack the gaps in defense. As the attackers tend to alternate between strong spikes and light off-speed shots, the Libero needs to be versatile, capable of moving laterally or forward at short notice. By doing better with passing, defense, and coverage, a Libero is an invaluable asset to his team. With their ability to stay in control when things become ugly out on the court, prolong rallies, and set a fence up, winning or losing depends on them. The libero position is accompanied by a unique set of rules that separate it from the rest of the players on the court. One of the most significant rules is that the libero can be replaced by any back row player without being counted as an official substitution. This allows teams to optimize their defense without exhausting the limited number of substitutions. However, the libero exists only on the court as far as the back row goes. The rotation of the replacing players to the front row upon the departure of the libero is done to guarantee the libero would never be able to serve an attacking purpose. The other major restriction is that the libero cannot attack the ball higher than the net level. Regardless of whether they are playing in the back row or not, they cannot execute an offensive hit that is considered an attack. This is a reinforcement of their defensive specialty and prevents them from becoming offensive threats. There are also strict controls on the setting abilities of the libero. If a libero makes an overhand finger pass while he is in the front of the 10-foot line or the attack line, then no spiking hitter who attempts to spike the set can reach the ball more than net height. This application keeps teams from using the position of the libero to assist with front row attack plays, keeping them firmly a defensive specialist. To make them easily identifiable, liberos should don a jersey color different from that of the remainder of their team. This visual identification helps referees enforce libero-specific rules, such as substitutions and attack limits, and also allows teammates to simply recognize the location of the libero on the court. These rules collectively define the libero's position, maintaining them as a defensive cornerstone while preventing them from involvement in offensive maneuvers. An elite libero possesses a unique combination of athleticism, volleyball IQ, and mental toughness that separates them from other defenders. One of the most defining features of their skill set is their ability to respond in a split second. Elite liberos possess the ability to read the speed and path of an opponent's attack in milliseconds, making subtle changes to their positioning and body angles to execute precise and controlled digs. This super swift reflex allows them to prevent even the most powerful spikes from hitting the floor, turning potential blows for the opponent into opportunities for their team to launch a counterattack. Beyond quick response time, an elite libero has a greater feel for the game, reading plays before they occur. As a chess player thinks a few moves ahead, an elite-level libero studies the other team's hitters, recognizing patterns and tendencies in their offense. Based on the position of a setter's hands, the angle of an attacker's approach, or the shift in an opponent's alignment, they read where the ball is going to go and move into position. This anticipation lessens the need for desperation and last-ditch dives and allows defensive plays to be made with more control and efficiency. In addition, the line that separates a great libero from an average one is how cool they remain under pressure. Volleyball is a high-pressure, high-speed sport where a single mistake can shift the momentum of a game. The best liberos are composed and cool-headed, never allowing a failed dig or a chaotic rally to shake their confidence. Their mental toughness, along with world-class reflexes and strategic awareness, makes them invaluable to their teams, capable of changing the course of a match with their defensive abilities.